I see a whole lot of people going around diagnosing people and throwing the rhetoric of low IQ, low intelligence, low emotional intelligence, low this, low that. And what a lot of these people don't know is that we're all living by a module. We're all living by a module, whether we like it or not. As a former student of psychology, I studied from a what? A module. A teacher follows a what? A module. A doctor follows a what? A module. And a module is a structure that is designed for persons to adhere to, or a pattern for them to follow in order to come to a conclusion, to get the objective across or the message across. That's what a module is. We're all living by it. Your local criminal is living also by a module. And you know who designed those modules? A system that is in place for all of us. It's very easy to throw the rhetoric of saying the local criminal has low IQ, has low intelligence, has low this, low that. It's very easy. Based on psychology, you can easily tell. But the problem is, it's when the message is constantly being reiterated as if the buck stops there. And we all know that's not where the buck stops. The buck does not stop at the local gunman. The buck does not stop at the rich man who is giving them gun or is paying for whatever it is that they are doing, or the attorney that is defending them. The buck doesn't stop there. The buck stops at the system, the structure that was designed. And I'm not talking about a system that's from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago. I'm talking a system from slavery that was designed for these people to behave a certain way, for us to act a certain way. You understand me? That's where the problem lies. That's where the problem is. There's not one black man today that is walking around that can say safely that any person, black, that came across the islands, now called Jamaica, now called Trinidad, etc., came to become a doctor, came to be a governor, came to be an attorney, came to be a farmer. No, they all came as slaves to work till death, to be beaten to death. They all came as slaves. What changed? Constant rebellion and also locomotives. That's what changed. You understand me? And it came through fighting against a system that was designed. I'm sure somewhere lies a governor somewhere during the 15th, 16th, 17th century that said, oh, these black people are so disobedient. They have low emotional intelligence. They have low IQ because they don't want to adhere to being a slave. They don't want to adhere to understand that they are slaves, that they are inferior people, that they should remain who they are as a big nobody. They didn't want to adhere to the fact that they are inferior to someone else that is white, someone else that looks different from them. And because of such, they are disobedient, they are prehistoric people, they are Neanderthals, they are subhuman, they are three-fifth man. Remember Charles Darwin? Anybody who don't know who Charles Darwin is, go and research Darwin's theory. You understand me? On black people, it was a system that was designed then for these people to follow, and they couldn't adhere, they couldn't condition their mind to entrapment, to being restrained, so they had to fight because they knew who they were people, they were human beings. You understand me? Walking around. And it's the same thing that is happening today with physical freedom. A system is designed for the said people. A system is designed for the said people who are now physically free to remain as workers for someone to accept the minimum wage that cannot sustain a living, to basically not necessarily have a family that they can take care of, for them to look to someone else as superior to them. It's the same system. It's the same system, but it's designed another way. It's restructured, it's reformed, it's redeveloped. And because these people cannot adhere to the pressure that they are under, because they know that they are more than a minimum wage. They know that they are more than what the system is designed for them to be. That's the reason they fight, that's the reason they kill, because they don't know which angle to take. So let me take from another, let me kill another as soon as we are offended, as soon as I'm hurt. Besides the mentally ill, there's no man who gets up one day and say, You know, I have a family that I love. I have a family that I can take care of. I have everything that I need, the basic necessities to sustain me. I have a home, I have a wonderful and reliable motor vehicle, but let me go out and decide to kill some people because I enjoy doing it. Besides the mentally ill, there's no one that goes out honestly and think of doing something like that. So let me tell you something. The people that are robbing, the people that are killing, the people that are resorting to senseless violence, are acting based on the madness that is designed around them. They all can't function in it. Not everyone was given a head start in life, whether it be through education, whether it be through a wonderful nuclear or even extended family that's wholesome, caring and loving and financially stable. Not everyone was given that head start. And because a lot of people were not given that head start, it's going to result in them not being able to conform, not being able to understand, not being able to care, not being able to adhere to the system that was designed for them. You understand where I'm going with this? I'm basically saying that it's most likely for you to be a mad person, to be crazy, than for you to adhere to laws, to governance, to the structure that's here, because you are not given a head start. You are not given the opportunity to excel, to advance in the areas that you like. Another rhetoric that we like to throw around in my society is that them don't want to work, these young men don't want to work, they want to scam, they want to rob, they want to shoot, they want to kill people and all these kind of things. But how many of you can honestly say in good conscience that you have offered these young men a work, a job, and they refused it? They said to you that they do not want it. You understand me? How many of you can honestly say in good conscience that you have, when you employ these people, you treat them with respect? You talk to them like you're talking to a human being, like you're talking to a younger brother or a son or a nephew. You're talking to them with respect. Very few people can honestly say that. So while you are pointing one finger, like I said in my other video, at someone, four other fingers are pointing back at you. We have to be careful of what we're throwing out there in the atmosphere. Negative reinforcement and insulting and disrespecting people have gotten where in life? Nowhere. There's a saying, you catch more bees with honey than fly with you know what. You understand? So you have to come from a place of understanding. You have to come from a place of care, a place of love in order to see a change. You have to be the difference. You have to be the change that you want to see. So when you're going to sit down and you're going to use your pseudoscience to diagnose and constantly throw out insulting rhetorics at people, what difference are you actually making? You're only opening the horizon or widening the eyes of people who are somewhat blinded by using another module to disrespect people and to also keep them down mentally. You understand me? There's nothing out there that you are offering to the society that is showing change, that is showing advancement. How can you honestly say that you want a difference in society and you want a change in society? You want the crime rate to drop significantly. You want a whole lot of things to drop significantly that is negative and ill in the society, while at the same time you're using negative reinforcement. How can you sit down in good conscience and say this? Every day is another video that's uploading and it's exposing this person, it's exposing that person. But what difference is it making? Is it coming to a positive resolution? Do you wake up in the morning and see the crime rate dropping significantly? No, it's not. No, it's not. How about giving your suggestion, a 30-year suggestion, a 30-year suggestion that will actually work? That will actually work. Now, if the persons and the system of governance that's in place doesn't take you seriously and doesn't adhere to it, then you can come out and say, you can come out and attack the politicians, the government, that listen, we gave you suggestions that can ease the crime, that can not suppress the crime, but can bring it down drastically. But you did not take notion, you did not take any advice, you did not listen, you didn't ask to speak to us, you did not ask to have a meeting with none of these things. So you have no one to blame except yourself for the high crime rate. Now, I'm saying this to say that, listen, negative reinforcement doesn't work. you're only chasing your tail hoping for a better solution. That's what you're doing. Negative reinforcement, insulting people, being abrupt, rude and disrespectful, and self-gloating while at it does not work. It doesn't help anybody, and it doesn't help. It's certainly not going to help the crime rate in the country. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to seek and be the difference who we want. You have to seek to be the change that you want to be, the difference that you want to see. You understand me? Do remember that a lot of times these youth really want to come and speak out, and they can't speak out. They can't say because they're scared. You understand me? They're scared of being ridiculed. They're scared of being criticized. I remember reading a book, and in the book they were talking about Stalin, and at Stalin's death, someone came out and was making a public speech. One of his former associates came out and he was making a public speech, and someone in the crowd yelled out, "You are no different. You are no different. What did you do to stop him?" And the person who was giving the speech said, "Who said that?" The person who said that, "Can you please come forward?" And the person did not come forward. They were scared to come forward. And you know what the speaker said? "If you are here in the public and I am speaking and you're scared to come forward, imagine what it was like for us during Stalin when he was ruling." A lot of times, these youth really want to speak out. They really want to say, they really want to showcase their talent in various ways, but the opportunity is not given, and they are afraid, they are scared, they are, petrified to come and speak out because their fear of being attacked, the fear of stigmatizing them and all this kind of stuff. Investors are not going around seeking. The same way you find police going around seeking criminals, there should be investors that are going around seeking people who have great ideas. But guess what? They want to limit it to someone who has a master's degree, someone who has a bachelor's degree, someone who is coming from a top tier university and all these kind of things in order to hear what they have to say. You understand me? A lot of them have great business ideas, but who's going to listen? And for those who think that I'm a pedantist, that I'm making a big deal out of trivial things, or for those who want to call me dunce, all that caustic words, listen, my video is simply not for you. You need to take yourself somewhere where people who look like you, or people who you feel comfortable with, or people who do not create that room of intimidation for you, can say things and do things that you like. My video is simply not for you. Most of you people are just wasted biomass who are going around and seeking trivial things. You understand me? On the internet, to cyberbully, to enjoy watching people tear down other people. My videos is not for you. Some of you really need to go and apologize to a tree for oxygen, because you're doing nothing in this space than using the internet to cyberbully, to attack, to aid in it, to laugh, to scoff at people. And with that being said, I hope you all take what I had to say with, some sort of understanding, some sort of reasoning. I thank the very few people that have always watched my videos, that have always listened to what I have to say, because they know that I'm always giving constructive information to the public, and I'm not coming here idling myself or wasting time on the internet. So thank you so much, and I hope God bless you. And remember to be the difference and be the change that you really want to see. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.